Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Dear Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, it has been a beautiful morning for me so far. I have learned so much, and many times when I am told that I have to come and deliver a talk in some place, I know that Swami always does things for mutual benefit. It is not that people have to receive from me. It is not that only I have to receive. It's a two-way thing always. And it has been a very, very enlightening and beautiful morning today. Frankly, what I'm going to speak, the content actually has already been spoken. There's nothing new that I'm going to tell. Jaya aunty here makes me feel like just shutting up and meditating only. Because I don't know what else I will tell. She so beautifully summed up so many things. And I would like to take on one point that she said, and that is actually the theme I thought I would speak about. Is all the problems, anything that we face, not only in the organization or samiti, even in our life as well, is because we forget one important question. And that question is, why do we do all that what we do? The why of what we are doing. Swami narrates a very nice story. He used to call these as Chinna Kathas, small stories. But these small stories are like those pills, very potent. They cure us of all the diseases if taken properly as prescribed by the divine doctor. He would say that there was this man who was walking through a forest. And as he was walking through the forest, he heard the roars of a lion. He did not see the lion, but he got scared. And he decided that I will climb up some tree so that I can be safe from the lion. As he climbed up the tree, now he became visible to the lion. And so the lion came and started prowling around the tree. He thought of going higher, but as he went higher, Swami says, he saw one bear sitting on top looking down at him. So now he got scared. Up is the bear, down is the lion. So he went on to the hanging roots of the tree. And holding two roots, Swami says, he slithered down to the middle level so that he is equidistant from the bear and the lion. That is when he noticed two rats, one black rat and one white rat, were nibbling at those roots where they were attached to the tree. He did not know what to do. At that time, he saw that there was one honeycomb and it was oozing honey. He did not know what else to do, so he tried to put out his tongue, hoping that he can catch one or two drops. Swami says man's plight today in the world is like that. He has no awareness of what he's going to face in life. Like walking through an unknown jungle he goes through. And he is struck immediately by fear. Fear of the unknown. So many fears. And in order to escape those fears, he tries to climb up the ladder of position, up the ladder of authority, up the ladder of whatever. He thinks that going up is what keeps him safe, but going up exposes him to greater fears. And the fear comes right down there. Now he's scared of going down. He feels it is safe to be on top only, but the top is not free because there is anxiety, Swami says. There is anxiety sitting there at the top. So you're scared to go down now, but you're anxious, you get anxiety if you have to go to the top. That is when man hangs on to hope. The twin roots of hope and despair. Hope doesn't come alone. Hope comes with despair. So Swami says that he hangs on to the roots of hope and despair. But how long can he be there? Because day and night are nibbling away at his lifespan. As he's sitting there, he realizes that. And he has no idea what to do now. He thinks, chalo, whatever time I got, let me spend by enjoying these few drops of materialistic sensual desires. He thinks, okay, chalo, mall, chalo, ye karte, kapda pehno, go behind that woman, go behind this man, do something, position, power, all these worldly things. Think that honey will bring joy, but Swami says, no. His tongue is not able, he may think that he is getting it, but he doesn't get the joy that he is seeking from it. He may stick out his tongue, but he doesn't get the honey. Then Swami completes the Chinna Katha. Swami says, the man simply called out, said, somebody come and save me. And Swami says the Guru came armed with bows and arrows. He chased away the lion, chased away the bear, shooed away the rats and rescued the man. This story is so metaphorical because all our life is spent in trying to escape fear, escape anxiety and get happiness. We are trying to escape the bear, the lion and eat the honey before the rats chew away the roots. This is what our life is all about. And it is in order to escape anxiety and fear and get happiness for ourselves that we do all that we do. Whatever it is that we are doing only for this. We want to get away from fear and anxiety and we want to go closer to happiness. One interesting thing that Delhi especially reminds me, because this is an episode that happened just a month before Swami came to Delhi, is this root cause of fear and anxiety. Swami says fear comes when we live in the past. Anxiety comes when we live in the future. The problem is we are always living in the past and the future. Anticipating something. Our whole day that today will be a nice day because morning I do this, then I do that, then I do that. I forget what I am doing right now. I am never in the present. If we examine our thoughts, 99.99% of our thoughts, I'm meaning normal people unless we have some yogis here, 99.99% of our thoughts are about the past and the future. Now I'll come to this episode about the Delhi visit, It was the 1st of April in the year 2010 when Swami came out and sat on the dais and he called S.V. Giri sir, who was the Vice Chancellor, the former Vice Chancellor of the Sathya Sai University, and he asked him for a big file and he began to go through those names. Those few days sitting in there daily, we had seen many times how Chinna sir had interacted with Swami and everybody had a feeling that something is cooking, something is happening. And the first release came on that day when Swami began to pick students and staff members. So it was almost like unconfirmed, like the unconfirmed rumor, like yes, I think Swami is going to Delhi and Swami is now picking the students who would go with him. Just a few months back, half a year back, in October of 2009, Swami had been to Hershey and Mumbai and I had got the privilege of accompanying Swami during that visit. That was my first visit to any other place with Bhagwan and I was very happy with that. So I was very eager to ensure that my name is on that list. That list which Swami is discussing with the former Vice Chancellor. So everyone, there was absolute silence, at least in the student section. All the Veda chanting which was going on, everybody stopped because everybody is trying to lip read Swami, trying to get an idea of who is there, what is there. So I was on the side and I had the advantage of my camera, so I zoomed in, looking at Swami's lips, looking at S.V. Giri sir's. I was attempting to look at S.V. Giri sir's lips, but it was no use because he had this habit of speaking like this with Swami. So it was all focused on Swami and I was looking. And at some point in time, Swami was pointing to something on the page and Giri sir told him something. And very clearly I saw Swami say, "Oh, photographer." That's it, that's me. That's me. Because there are two, three other photographers, but they're not in form. The form is a concept which we borrow from cricket. Basically, if you're in form, you can't do anything wrong. A batsman in form, if he mistimes a ball, it goes for a 6. A batsman out of form, even if he hits a good shot, it goes straight to the fielder and he's caught out. In the same way, if you're out of form and you run into the mandir to have Swami's darshan, on the way you hit an elderly person, Swami comes and goes directly to the warden and blasts him. Says, what are these students? Running like a herd of wild buffaloes. That elderly person, if he had fallen, not 1, 10 bones would have broken. No brain, no discipline. This is what an out of form student will get. An in form student knock down that old man, and that old man, one bone may break. Swami will come and tell one bone might have been broken, but in this day and age, when youth run behind movie stars and film stars, where do you get like these people running behind God? So that's the in-form and out-of-form, and I felt I was in form, so that photographer has to be me. But all my imagination and thrill and joy came dashing to the ground because 10-15 minutes later, there was somebody who came out and started picking boys, So I was sure the list has already been released. And 25 people went in and I was not there. And as that person was going, I also just looked up like that and just like in case you forgot one name, nothing. And one last attempt as he was going, Sai Ram, I said, Sai Ram, he said, and he walked on. That was it. And I was immediately disappointed. I was like, Swami, why Swami? Then I looked, the other photographers have also not been picked. So I was thinking, I clearly saw Swami say photographer. Or was it photographer? No need. Was it that? I'm going on means a lot of thoughts, but I'm very disappointed. Swami came out for bhajans. So just imagine, for any devotee, this can be the greatest thing. At a distance of 15 feet, you're sitting 15 feet away from the Purna Avatar. Bhajans are being sung. There's nothing in between. You're in the first line there. And this is the greatest joy for any devotee. But I was miserable that time. I was miserable because I'm not there in Swami's entourage. The day passed and I went back and there were two of my colleagues who were already picked. They were so excitedly discussing. I didn't want to be there, This is a very subtle but very important thing about our lives, that all our joys and sorrows are only relative. I will celebrate with my colleagues that they are going with Swami if I am also there along with them. Otherwise, that is a source of great misery for me. So I was all the time lost. I was sad. In fact, the next day was so beautiful because during bhajan, Swami looking at me and smiling. And I am also enjoying that. I enjoyed that session. The 3rd of April. 1st of April really. It really was like an April Fool's Day for me. Because I thought I'm going and I'm not going. And 3rd of April, Swami smiled, everything. I was very happy. After darshan with my camera, I returned back to studio. And there I saw those two painful creatures. Those two colleagues of mine who were going to Delhi. And all my happiness vanished. In a moment it vanished. And one of those colleagues is a senior of mine, whom I regard and respect a lot as an elder brother. I went and told him, hey, I'm going to tell Swami that I also want to come to Delhi. He said, you want to tell Swami? I said, yeah. He said, if he wants to take you, he'll take you. Don't tell him. I said, no, I don't know. I want to be there, so I'll tell him. He said, see, you are now in form, he told me. You are in form. Swami is listening to when you speak. Don't embarrass him publicly like this. Because if he wanted to take you, he would have picked you. He doesn't want, so don't get up and tell him. Because it will be difficult for him to tell no there. Don't misuse your form like this. I thought it easy for him to give gyan because you are going anywhere. I feel like that, because many times when I speak on things that I'm not, people come and say this problem, this thing. And I feel many times when I'm speaking, they may think, what do you know, man? What do you know? Easy for you to give gyan. But anyway, that is what I thought of him. I thought, okay, easy for you because you're going. But he said, no, I still feel if you want to write a letter to Swami, but don't get up and tell like that because that means if Swami will have to tell you on the face that no, I don't want to take you. So I wrote a letter to Swami. Swami didn't take my letter. But that day he came on dais. As soon as he came on the dais, I was sitting there. He has ignored my letter. From there again he smiles at me. And I'm happy. And he's smiling at me. He doesn't stop at that. He asks, what is prasadam today? So he told the that's not the way he asked. Actually, he turned to the boy next to him and said, get prasadam. This boy promptly went into the interview room and brought a basket full of vibhuti packets. So I said, no, not this prasadam, get some sweet and come. Now I just thought I'll make this point here because by default in Prashant Nilayam, in Swami's presence, when it is said prasadam, it means vibhuti only. It means that only. Swami himself said, no, get sweet and come. Because whenever Swami would tell get prasadam, they would get vibhuti in basket. So that is I sincerely feel that is the only Mahaprasadam. Anything else leads, as it was already said, leads to competition. अरे उसने लड्डू दिया, मैं ये दूंगा. It keeps going higher and higher. Finally one fellow feels, no यार, I can't keep bhajan at my home. क्यों? क्योंकि मैं भोजन नहीं ले सकता हूँ. अरे भोजन के लिए भजन कैंसिल कर रहे हो, ऐसा हो जाता है. So anyway, so that is the sweet that is supposed to be distributed was this munch chocolate. So he said, Swami, that chocolate is something I get it. He took one munch and he said, distribute it now only. No, usually in the end it was distributed, but distribution began that time itself. And Swami is holding that munch chocolate and he looks at me and says, come, and throws me that. I'm so happy I got that blessed munch. And I took Swami's namaskar, came back, sad, very happy, thrilled. Aarti over, samasta loka, Om Shanti, very Shanti. Till I come back and again look at these two pictures. They're always kept there. Again I'm sad. I'm like, अरे यार, मुझे तो एक चॉकलेट मिला है, लोग दिल्ली जाकर कितना खाएंगे? Feel like that. And this went on for many days, and I didn't know what to do. I needed something to distract my mind. So I said, you know what I'll do? That year was the Mahakumbha Mela. So some of my classmates were going to this Mahakumbha when Swami is coming to Delhi. So I thought, I'll also come to Mahakumbha. We made full plans to go to this Kumbha Mela. And I was thinking, Swami, if you are not taking me on a spiritual trip, I am going on a supremely spiritual trip. This comes once in 12 years, this Mahakumbha. I am going there and, I started reading about Kumbha Mela, this, photographs, living into that. I didn't want to see, I had no idea how the international center in Delhi looks also. I don't want to know it. I want to see how the Kumbh is. So that's where I am going. I was so happy about the Kumbh Mela. But that evening, Swami himself called he said, all those boys who have come front and sit. And he began to speak to them. And I had not been called. So you should have seen the waters of the Kumbh evaporated like that. What is this yaar? Kya Kumbh hai? वो लोग वो करते हैं यहाँ पहुँचने के लिए. यहाँ मुझे नहीं मिल रहा. क्या? I was miserable. All my plans to be happy were going miserable. And I was thinking, Swami, how much effort I am making, Swami, to make myself happy. But Swami, you are making it evaporate like that. Just see how strange it is. Actually, Swami is going out of his way to try to give me smiles, give me chocolates. But I want the Delhi trip. And you're not giving that to me. Till you give that to me, I'll be miserable. And it's my own self-made decision. But at that time, it didn't feel like that. Finally, 2 days before the final meeting, Giri sir called all the boys to his room for final instructions. And my 2 colleagues had gone. That day I didn't feel like eating lunch also, so I was sitting on my computer, simply doing something. And suddenly one of my colleagues calls me and says, hey Arvind, it's awesome man, this Delhi thing. I said, okay fine, all the best. And I cut the call. He again called and he said, just come out, I want to tell you something. I said, Prakash, I'm not interested in listening to this here. Please. I'm already suffering, you don't torture me like this. That is when actually they realized that they're causing so much pain. He said, no, you just come out once. So I unlocked the door, went out, and he said, I think you're there. I said, where? For Delhi. Hey, wow, he said, it was too much. Just immediately, I was thrilled. I asked him what happened. He said, no, at the end of the meeting, Giri sir asked, where is that Anand? Anand? No Anand sir. No, that photographer Anand. The photographer Arvind. Yes, him only. Swami had mentioned, it slipped my mind. On the first day only Swami had mentioned. I remember now to tell him also. And that day, I was so thrilled. In fact, that evening, the next day we were supposed to leave. Not the next day, 2 days after that. Day after tomorrow we are supposed to leave. So today evening, I tore up that letter in which I had asked him for. Many times this is what happens in our life. What we have asked for, at the correct time it has already been granted. We simply ask him. We just tear it up. And I was sitting there and as Swami came, today it was only gratitude. So I closed my eyes and touched his feet. This I used to do many times. As Swami passes by, I close my eyes and touch his feet. But today as I touched his feet, there was a hand on my head. And I felt so blessed. And I opened my eyes. It was was Giri sir's hand, not Swami. Swami had turned the other side. Giri sir was touching him saying, "You have been informed, right?" He was asking, because he was scared that now when Swami calls, if I don't come, Swami will take him to task. So he said, "You have been informed, right?" I said, "Yes, sir, I have been informed." But see, even this little thing, no, yad bhavam tad bhavati. For that 2 seconds when I closed my eyes, I felt the blessings of God on my head, though it was Giri sir's hand on my head. It is the feeling. That's why Swami says, "Yanta matramuna yavaru talachina anta matrame nenu." How much you consider me, that is what I will be to you. You consider me as a normal person who doesn't know what's happening in a life, that's what I will be. A buffalo was asked, "Who is God?" And the buffalo said, "God is the supreme biggest buffalo in the universe with the longest tail and the strongest horns." God will be that for that buffalo. We often think of God as what we are and a little better than that. That is what God will be for us. If I consider Him as the supreme Parabrahman who is present every breath I take, that is what He is. So that is how, my thrill came. That is when I looked back and saw how much of joy I had missed in the previous fortnight. I missed the joy of His darshan, the joy of getting chocolate from Him, the joy of sparshan, joy of sambhashan, everything. Only because I was living in the future. I am not there for Delhi, what will happen? How stupid of me, because when I don't have a guarantee that I will be alive the next 15 days, why am I worried about what will happen after 15 days? If I had only focused on the present, I would have enjoyed everything and I would continue to enjoy. That is why the first step when we want to get away from fear and anxiety and move towards happiness is about living in the present. That is what is said as being. Being. It is said being is lost in becoming. We are always so focused on becoming or what we were that we forget the present. Being. In fact, I was thinking, I have personally witnessed it and I'm sure many would have witnessed this or experienced this when you lose a loved one, when a loved one passes away. And I'm not meaning loved one meaning some uncle or some nephew, some niece, some distant, no. Your own immediate family, somebody passes away. Immediately, not passes away when they get serious, you immediately think of taking them to the hospital, and when the bad news comes, you arrange for the mortuary, the funeral, everything, what pandit should come, what should do. I mean, when you are the most responsible person to take care of that, it's amazing how till that person is actually, till the funeral is completed or the cremation is done, there is actually no tear. 10 minutes after that cremation, we burst forth. It happened with me for Swami. When Swami's Mahasamadhi was there, I was taking photographs. I did not cry. The first time I howled out and I cried for half an hour like mad till I felt that I'll faint in weakness was actually after Swami was lowered. The thing is, when anything comes, when we live in the present, there is actually no sorrow, no joy. We are able to be. But the moment that is done, the moment I finish my duties in the funeral and cremation, now I start going to the past. Then I start going to the future of how it will not be there. Then the sorrow comes. This is the actual thing. So therefore, being is so important. Being is the first step to live in the present. Then the next is, as I said, why we do what we do, whether we eat. There is this technique that teaches in MBA to get to the root of any problem. They say the 5 why technique. Ask why 5 times. By the time you answer those 5 whys, you will get to the root of the problem. Using that same technique, we had puri breakfast today. Why? Because I'm hungry. So why if you're hungry you should eat breakfast? Because if I don't eat, my stomach will grumble, it will groan, I'll feel uncomfortable. So what? Why you should eat if you feel uncomfortable? Or if I feel uncomfortable, I am in a kind of pain. And I don't like pain. So you eat because you want to be happy. Actually, if we ask 5 whys for anything that we do in life, anything, bhajan, the place we work, whom we marry, anything, the ultimate answer will be because I want to be happy. So all that we do in life, whatever we do it because we want to be happy. But where are we searching for this happiness? Swami would come out of the interview room and speaking to the students, Swami would say, That day there would be some chief minister or some big minister who would have come. Swami will act as if he didn't see him and come this side and start talking to the students. And he'll come and tell the students, bada minister aaya hai. And the way Swami tells you will be, Swami, you are trying to show your, it's like whoever is superior makes the lower fellow wait, right? That's why many times our bosses also, even if they're free, they tell, just wait there. Because if you wait for me, it shows that you are low and I am high. So in my foolish mind, as I said, the buffalo thinks of Lord as a big buffalo only. So all our negativities and positivities, we put on to God. We think of God as a slightly better self of ourselves, that's it. So all the faults that we see in Swami is nothing but an amplification of our own faults. So at that point in time you can understand, that's why I am thinking, Swami, you know that he is there, you are ignoring and coming, but here you are coming and telling, Dekha, minister merely wait karta hai. And that minister will be thinking that, the Lord, the Guru is gone and is conferring some Brahma Vidya on the students, nothing. He'll be talking about size of the idli, the vada, how it was, salt was more, chutney, means nothing like life-changing, dramatic. But I won't talk to the minister, I'll talk here. Another occasion, some big business tycoon, they'll come, businessmen. And Swami will again come same thing. Bada businessman, बहुत पैसा है, ऐसा करता है, 1 crore गिरता है. All that Swami will tell. But he'll ignore it. And today, missing that beautiful form. I know Swami is there. It's just that before I could also see him, now only he can see me. That's all. That's the only difference. But today when I look back, I realize this Swami would do especially to the MBA students. Because we join MBA because I want to reach the pinnacle of power. I want to reach the pinnacle of influence. I want to be a CEO or a CFO, CTO, power of position of great wealth, like that man who climbed the tree to escape the lion. And Swami was saying, today I realize that Swami is saying, you want to reach the heights of power. How powerful that minister is. But after getting all that power, what that minister is doing? He's coming like this to me. He has not come here to give me anything. He has come to ask only. Nobody comes to Swami, nobody came to Swami to give him. Everybody came to ask only. Even those whom we feel have given to Swami, they came to ask only. And they got so much more than what they have given. It's like that. And Swami was saying that, he has come to ask. And getting your MBA, you want to go and seek that. Ultimately, it's going to land up here only. You are doing your MBA for money. How much money that guy has got. Pocket karega, 1 crore girega. With his net worth, he can buy a Puttaparthi. But you know what he's doing? He's come like this in front of Swami. You have been given that opportunity to directly do that. Why do you want to go like that and come? It was Swami driving home this message. That you won't get happiness in that. Don't be like a dog that chews the bone and the bone breaks and pricks the gum of the dog and it bleeds and the dog says, what tasty the bone is. There is no taste in the bone, that is the blood coming from you. Swami would say that is what it is. There is no joy in an object. It is the joy that comes from you that you relish and you think that object is giving joy. You think 1 crore rupees gives joy. What if I tell that 1 crore rupees is not in your pocket but in your neighbor's pocket? Then it's a source of envy. Mercedes-Benz gives joy. What if it's parked in your neighbor's compound? Then it's a source of envy. If a Mercedes-Benz would give joy, just stand in front of the Benz showroom and take in the joy. No, I can't. Now, there are so many conditions. Then only I will elicit the joy from within. Whatever joy we get comes from within. In fact, we think gulab jamun gives joy. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Hey, now we are bus. Alright? I thought 5 gulab jamun is 5 times the joy, therefore 500 gulab jamun is 500 times the joy. No. 500 gulab jamun is 500 times the pain. Because I will have to park myself elsewhere and I will get problems. So it is not. It is what I decide to enjoy that I get. And Swami says, therefore, happiness comes only in union with God, nothing else. Nothing else gives happiness, how much ever you may try. In Andhra Pradesh, there is a concept called military hotel. Military hotel means you get cutter non-veg and alcohol. Swami said one Brahmin went, it seems, to this military hotel and he told the waiter, do you have idli sambar? And Swami said that waiter laughed. He said, you fool, you didn't see the board outside? It says military hotel. How can you come here and ask? Swami would say in his discourse, if you want chicken, mutton, you tell I will give. What you are asking, idli sambar. And we would all laugh at this story when Swami narrates it. Then Swami would say, on this world there is a board which says, Anityam Asukham Loke. And you come here and order for permanent happiness? How will you get? You fool. This world is Anityam. It is Asukham. How can you get permanent happiness here? Because happiness comes only in union with God. And knowing this is awareness. But Swami would say awareness is not enough. You need constant awareness. Constant awareness is not enough. You need constant integrated awareness, Swami would say. We need this awareness always. So in order to avoid fear and anxiety and move towards happiness, which is the sole goal in our life, which is the goal, which is the reason why we do whatever that we do in life, to get away from anxiety and fear, to go towards happiness. We need these two, being and awareness. That is what Swami would say. Being is Sat, awareness is Chit. Sat, Chit come together, it is Ananda, automatically Ananda. Being is the water, awareness is sugar. You mix it, you get sugar syrup. Swami would say that. Sugar syrup is neither sugar, neither water. It is a third entity by itself. Swami would say when you have Sat, being, when you have Chit, awareness, automatically Ananda comes. And Ananda is, once Dr. T. Ravi Kumar, he is currently the warden of the Vrindavan campus of this Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. When he was doing his research in Anantapur, he used to come to Prashantilayam every weekend for darshan. So one day Swami had called him in for an interview along with some VIPs. And Swami, does this many times. He has said it many times, my boys are my voice, he would say. So Swami will give his teachings, like somebody again presented, when there was a problem, when there's a wrong thing, go and stand up and face the media, but when it was a success, go and tell you did it. That is what Swami has always done, We as students, we as devotees, fail him 1,100 times. Every time Swami stands up and defends us, says, no, Tani, they are Bangaru, their heart is gold. Many times when Swami would speak, I would get tears because I feel, Swami, I'm garbage, Swami, and you call me gold. But one good thing, one little thing nice, anytime we do, Swami will parade us and say, what they did, amazing. It's amazing. Whether it's our personal life, our organization life, our professional life, we just need to follow Swami. To make our life his message, we should first make his life our message. His life his message. Swami has never taken credit. Swami has never said, I have made my voice like this. Swami has done this like this. But you know what? Today ask any student, any devotee, everybody will tell Swami did it. Isn't it paradoxical? The more we seek, the more further it goes. The more we give up, automatically it comes. It's like that. Strange but true. That is how it is. Swami never took credit. Everybody gives him credit. Even after he is physically gone, we do things and say, no, because of Swami it happened. I think that is the greatest example for us. So anyway, so that day, Swami had decided to parade Ravi Kumar sir as an example. So he asked him, why do you come every weekend here? He said, Swami, I come for darshan. Swami asked, why do you come for darshan? Swami, because having darshan gives me bliss. Swami, it gives you bliss or it gives you happiness? Swami, it gives bliss, Swami. What is the difference between happiness and bliss? And Ravi Kumar sir says that it was Swami's inspiration that the answer came that way. He said, Swami, when I'm feeling hungry, Swami, and somebody gives me my favorite sweet, gulab jamun, I feel happy. That is happiness, Swami. Because 10 years later, Swami, if I'm feeling hungry, and somebody tells me, you remember 10 years back that tasty gulab jamun? I can't satiate my hunger with that, Swami. In fact, instead of feeling happy, I'll feel more miserable. Because when I'm hungry, you're reminding me of the gulab jamun. But Swami, today I'm having a darshan, Swami. 10 years later, if I'm not able to have a darshan, if I just close my eyes and think of this darshan, Swami, I will get the same happiness then also. That is why it is bliss, Swami. How beautiful it is. Today we are sitting 8 years, 7 years after Swami left the physical and thinking of an episode that happened that time, and we are all feeling that joy now. But instead of today morning breakfast, if they had said 1 month back you had chole bhature, remember that? No way. I can't. I can't come and tell you don't eat. I will tell you how tasty dinner was. You can't. But if I tell you, you didn't get this experience, but let me share my experience with Swami, all of us feel the joy. Because that is where bliss is. Permanent happiness is bliss. And bliss comes only from something that is permanent. When everything else is temporary, why are we seeking that from temporary things? I feel this is very important because when we say that we don't get time for Swami, we don't get, I would love to do it, but I have my family. I would love to do it, but I have my work, but I have this, I have that. Just let us take a step back and ponder why we are doing what we are doing. We are doing that for happiness only, no? Surely you are not going to get there. I want to go to Bombay, that's why I keep running because Bombay is very far. Arey Baba, but you are running towards Calcutta, you will not reach Bombay. How much ever you may run. Actually, you know what? You are closer to Bombay if you stop running now. That is what it is. I want permanent happiness, That's why I am chasing money, I am chasing this, I am chasing wife, I am chasing this, I am chasing all that. Arey, wrong direction you are running. Even if you can't run towards God, at least stop that. Halt. Take a step back. Don't want the 10,000 increment, no need. Because I want to spend my time for this. Swami would say, you need to take care of your body and mind. You can't ignore it, you can't neglect it. You can't neglect your body. You can't say, Swami said, after all, body is a boat to take us across the ocean of Bhavasagara. Who cares for the body? I am the inner one, I am not the body. If we do that, if the body becomes sick, when the body becomes sick, it will pull your focus more to the body. So you have to take care of the body so that it doesn't pull your focus to it. At the same time, don't make it a center of all the attention so that again focus goes on to it. The idea is to take the focus away from the body. Basic minimum that has to be done. So that's enough. In our earning, in our position, in whatever we do, that much if we get enough. Because incrementally it's not going to give more joy. It's like that gulab jamun. 1 or 2 is nice. More than that, the number I eat doesn't matter. For my need, how many clothes I need, that's enough. More than that, my joy is not going to go up. It will only mystify us thinking, why am I getting so much and still I am not feeling happy? That is why everybody came to Swami. Everybody came to Swami. Because finally happiness is union with God. Swami would say that when Raja Parikshit got to know that he has got only 7 days to live, he just left his kingdom. He left his power, he left everything. He said, King, what will you do? I don't know, I am leaving it. Because I want to think of God, I have only 7 days. That way death is a very, very positive thing. It focuses back onto priorities in our life. That is why elders will have that wisdom. They will say, Arey yaar, ye mat karo yaar. Then we think, no, as youngsters we think, Arey, what do you know, you enjoyed all that. No, I didn't enjoy all that. I thought I would enjoy just like what you're thinking. Fools also learn from their own mistakes. The wise learn from others' mistakes. And they tell us, don't go behind it, it won't give you joy. And just like I thought of my colleague, we think, nice, you nicely did your career, you earned money, now you are telling do seva. There is wisdom in what they say. Because happiness comes only from this. And Raja Parikshit, when he got that, he began to focus only on God. Swami says, at least Parikshit knew he has got 7 days. You don't even have that guarantee. You don't even have that guarantee. What we are planning? We plan for children, we plan for this, we plan for that. We don't plan for the greatest quest why we have come in this human form. Detachment, that is why Swami would speak about detachment, and that is why sealing on desires has been put into the 9-point code of conduct. Swami didn't say give up desires, he said put a ceiling here. mean, no need to give up. Yeah, what you need. But have a ceiling. Don't allow it to go beyond the ceiling because there's not going to be any limit for it. And if you lose your entire life pursuing desires, when will you pursue life? The purpose of life. They say the life has been given to us with a purpose. When will we pursue that? And Swami was speaking about detachment. Swami would again say, what is important in any of our practices, whether detachment or sadhana, is persistence, continuously. Because temporarily, we do. There is one bhajan in which we reach the state of samadhi, extreme bliss. I am totally unaware of what's happening all around. I am in bliss. But that's it for 45 seconds or that one session maybe, that's all. After that I am back. And I can't replicate it over and over again. Consistency is needed. Detachment also, Swami would say, there are 5 types of temporary detachments. One is called smashana vairagya. When you attend a funeral, and I know this personally because in Prashant Nilayam I attended a lot of funerals. More funerals than birthdays, honestly. Because a lot of people have the desire that we should come to Prashanti and give up the body. Because there if we give up, Swarg mil jayega, Bhagwan mil jayenge. Swami would say there was this person who heard the story of Ajamila. Ajamila was a very unrighteous Brahmin who led his life doing all sins, but his son was named Narayana. So Swami would say that when he was about to die, when the messengers of death came, he called out to his son, "Oh Narayana! Narayana!" Immediately the messengers of Lord Narayana came and saved him. Swami says that is the power of the name of Narayana. But Ajamila was a lucky guy. He hit the lottery, that's all. Swami then goes on to say another Chinna Katha. He said there was this man who had 4 sons. He named them Rama, Krishna, Govinda, Narayana. Not 4 brothers. Swami said this is what he thought. I'll do whatever I want in life when I'm dying. Anyway, all my 4 sons I'll call out. So when he was about to die, he called out Rama, Krishna, Govinda, Narayana. All the dutas of Rama, Krishna, Govinda, Narayana got ready to come. And the 4 boys also came. And just before he died, he said, "You fools, if all of you come, we'll take care of the shop." And he died. It's easy to say that when the time of reckoning comes, I will think of God. It is like telling, it is easy to win the Olympic 100-meter dash. Only for 8 seconds you have to run top speed. For running those 8 seconds, I have to train all my life. If Mahatma Gandhi could tell Hey Ram when a bullet was shot in his chest, it's because all his life he has been telling Hey Ram. Otherwise he can't tell it. We need lifelong practice. Swami says, it is not too early to turn to the path of God. Even when teeth have not come in your mouth, start taking Lord's name. Start teaching to the baby. But when we have lost all our teeth and there are no teeth in our mouth, we start thinking of the Lord. We think that time ke liye chhod denge. So this smashana vairagya, what I was saying is, when you go to a funeral, you see that, you see that all that person has achieved, everything, finally what it is, this is what it is. Nahi yaar, main kya kar raha hu zindagi mein? Finally, this is only what's going to happen. But that is there till that night. Sleep, have that bath and clean up. With cleaning your body, clean all those thoughts are also cleaned out. Next day morning we are back in the rat race. That is one temporary vairagya, smashana vairagya. Then Swami would say there is another called prasuti vairagya. Prasuti vairagya is something very specific to the women. When a mother delivers a child, the pain that she undergoes, it is said that every mother feels, nahi yaar, bas, aur ek baar, no more like this. But we have people who have 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, 5 children. Because that's also temporary. Then there is abhava vairagya. What is abhava vairagya? Abhava vairagya is me coming and telling, who wants 10 crores there? Money is nothing. Money is nothing. It is like the fox telling that the grapes are sour. Actually, if I get I felt thrilled when they hiked my salary back there. But I'll give Gyan telling that who wants 1 crore rupees, don't go pay money. It's because I can't get I'm telling. It's like the fox telling, hey, those grapes are sour, I don't want. That's also temporary. Then there's one more vairagya, opposite of abhava vairagya, which is udara vairagya, which is that condition of eating gulab jamuns, मैंने ये 20 अटल किसको चाहिए यार गुलाब जामुन, नहीं चाहिए यार, अभी तो बोल रहे हैं, कल जब तू भूखा रहेगा देखेंगे फिर से खाएगा. When you have excess of something, I feel it is not important. This is what sometimes happens. People who are that, this is what I used to feel about, when we say people who have lots of money will come and tell, देखो, poverty is a state of mind. Don't think, अरे means you are having, when you are you able to do the same? And finally, the kind of vairagya that most of us suffer is called the Purana vairagya. Swami says, when you listen to noble thoughts, you suddenly feel, हाँ यार, ये सब नहीं चाहिए. Let me focus on the true things in world. When we do sadhana camps, when we listen to Bhagwan's discourse, that we get, the Purana vairagya. But it lasts only till that camp lasts. We are back to that. I've just got another 5 minutes to conclude this first section of the talk. The second will be afterwards. So I want to sum up, coming back to this. Why do we do what we do? When we do everything for permanent joy and happiness, being is living in the present, awareness that everything is temporary, I'll get only from God. When this is there, automatically our priorities in life will fall in place and we will do what we need to do. Nobody needs to come and tell, come to the organization, come to this. We will automatically come because it's for my benefit. Nobody tells, get a salaried job, we automatically go and get, because I feel that's my priority. I need to earn. When we realize the truth, it becomes our priority automatically. And for that detachment, I feel easiest way to get detachment, when something is like a magnet is stuck to something, you find it hard to detach it. Get a stronger magnet this side, it'll come out this side. I feel the best way to get detached is to get attached to Swami. Grow in love for Swami, love him like I remember, I'm honestly saying, when things are said about me, I'm nothing special really. Honestly, same, ordinary. I feel like the monkey in that painting of Rama's coronation scene. The aarti is done to Rama, so the monkey also receives. The monkey should not be foolish to think that अरे मेरा आरती हो रहा है. अरे बंदर तू बंदर है, तू भगवान के बाजू से निकलेगा ना पत्थर मारेंगे तुझे. भगवान के बाजू में खड़ा है, that's all. I'm a monkey who is lucky to be standing with Bhagwan. And if all of us as monkeys choose to stand with Bhagwan, everything will come. When I actually got my job at Radio Sai, I'll conclude with this. I got to know my salary and I suddenly, I was thinking, do I really want to do this job? And I sat in front, day 2, day 3 when I got my job, I sat in front of Swami's photo in my studio. And I said, Swami, I like to earn money, Swami, I like to earn money. Swami, I like to get married, Swami. Swami, I like to travel all over the country, all over the world, Swami. Swami, I like to get popular. But Swami, I think that I like you little more than all that, Swami. So for your sake, Swami, I am sacrificing those. Okay? Don't forget it. When you look at all devotees, don't say Arvind also, because I am a special devotee, Swami. I have sacrificed and I am staying. Don't forget that. I remember because I told it very seriously, very passionately to him. Exactly 5 years after that, not 5, yeah, 6-7 years after that. It was a kind of an epiphany because I had been called to give a talk and I had been to the Middle East. I got down at Dubai airport and as I walked into the airport, I saw what is the might of money there. There was a golden tree that they had planted there. Really felt they had no idea what to do with money. They plant golden trees. They build islands in the ocean. They bring the ocean into the land. Funny things. In the middle of a desert, they build a skiing rink. I mean, the opulence, oozing opulence, nauseating opulence. That kind of. And as I was walking out of the airport, suddenly my eyes were brimming with tears. And my wife thought, what happened? I said, I'll tell later, I quickly wiped my tears. But what happened at that moment was, suddenly it hit me, Arvind, you are walking in one of the richest airports in the world, with money in your pocket, with your wife by your side, your passport having stamps of 6 countries, and you are walking out to 20 people waiting to receive you with garlands. What did you sacrifice for Swami? I suddenly realized I had not sacrificed anything for Swami. I felt ashamed. That's why I tell I have not sacrificed for Swami at all. Anybody says they have sacrificed for God, it's a myth. What is the definition of sacrifice? When I give something great in return for something small, I have sacrificed. And I'm giving something small for something huge. It's not a sacrifice. It's a supremely intelligent business deal. And I realized that I had not sacrificed anything. I have not sacrificed anything for Swami. Just that not by mistake, consciously, I just said, Swami, I want you. That's all. I like you. I didn't even tell him at that time, I think I love you. Because I felt scared to tell Swami I love you. Because I feel I don't love Swami. But I said, Swami, I think I like you more than I like everything else. And that much is enough for our Lord. That much, he didn't tell Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Janam Paryupasate. Krishna said, those who think of nothing else and but me, I will take care of them. How many of us qualify for that? Swami simply said, if you need me, you deserve it. Do you need me at least? We only want Swami. We don't even need him. Need is something that I cannot do without. Food is a need. If I don't eat one day, I am gone. Do I feel like that if I don't talk to Swami one day? I don't feel like that. And yet he is there always. That has been my experience. Every time he is there. And that is why I say, it's not like let's sacrifice our careers, let's sacrifice our wealth, let's sacrifice our family and take up Swami. I am saying let's be selfish, let's be greedy, let's aim for the best, let's get the richest, most best thing in the universe. Why settle for second and third best things? Let's aim for God. We all do Lakshmi Puja, right? Lakshmi Puja karte, agarbatti, we do all that. Because Lakshmi aana chahiye. We want Lakshmi to come into our home. But Lakshmi is a pativrata. She will not let go of the feet of her Lord Narayana. She will not get attracted by my agarbatti, flowers and fruits and leave Narayana and come to me. Swami says instead do Narayan Seva. Do Narayan Seva. If Lord Narayana comes home, Lakshmi will come behind him. Buy one, get one free, that is. Just one disclaimer. Don't invite Narayana keeping an eye on Lakshmi, please. I hope that with Bhagwan's blessings and grace I have been able to convey why we do whatever we do. We do everything for the sake of avoiding fear and anxiety and for getting happiness. And only happiness lies with God. And once we get there, automatically our priorities is set right. Thank you for your patient listening. Jai Sai Baba.